The wait is over. After months of planning, the much anticipated conference is finally here. I'm Kiroshi Kamal and welcome to the 2025 CSIR Act 80 G-STIC Conference. Come join me on this special episode of Connect, showcasing just what happens when passionate change makers converge under one roof to turn bold ideas into real-world solutions. As the CSIR celebrates 80 years of touching lives through innovation, a mega milestone indeed, this conference is right on time. In collaboration with G-STIC, the global sustainable technology and innovation community, this year's conference is held under the theme Science, Technology and Innovation for a Sustainable Future. This platform is bringing together entrepreneurs, innovators, industry leaders, researchers, policymakers, investors, and other experts from all over the globe to explore market-ready technological innovations with the potential to substantially impact the realization of the Sustainable Development Goals. You can catch some of them featured on Connect today whilst you soak up the electrifying energy at the CSIR International Convention Center. Are you ready for an unforgettable experience? Let's go.
I'm truly honored to deliver this keynote address on this important occasion, the 9th biennial conference of the CSIR, which is held in collaboration with the global sustainable technology and innovation community. I would have dearly liked to be there with you, but unfortunately, due to official commitments, in support of our President, His Excellency, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, at the EU Global Gateway Forum in Brussels, it was not possible. I must also say that your chosen theme for this conference, which is Science, Technology and Innovation for a Sustainable Future, is particularly apt as it affirms the role of science, technology and innovation in securing the well-being of humanity and building a more just and humane world. It also aligns well with the mantra of our department, which is placing science, technology and innovation at the center of education, government, society, and industry.
Mr. Jahana, a warm welcome to CSIR Connect. How are you doing today?
I'm very good, very good. I'm looking forward to the proceedings over the next 2.5 days. Very excited. All looks positive so far.
Positive so far. Excellent. And we're excited to have you here. Now, so the conference comes after 10 years of the adoption of Agenda 2030 and the SDGs. Now, in your view, where does South Africa and Africa more broadly stand in meeting these targets, particularly in science, technology and innovation?
No, there's been a great progress made by South Africa and the rest of the continent in a number of areas. We see a lot of investment in infrastructure. We see digital infrastructure. We see improvement in healthcare. We see African countries starting to look at the biotechnologies to start to look at possibilities of producing their own vaccines. All these things have a big contribution in improving human lives and advancing the SDGs. I think great progress. There's still a lot to be done around making sure that across the length and breadth of the continent, infrastructure reaches even the rural areas. We're able to provide sustainable services to all citizens. A lot of investment is needed, but if you look from a policy point of view, from early investment by governments as well, supported by private sector, directionally, I think everyone is acting in concert towards achieving the goal. So I think what is needed is to accelerate investment and make sure we develop models that can bring a lot more private sector capital flows into driving initiatives that will make sure we achieve the SDGs. So great progress in my view. And I think CSIR as an innovator, as a national center for innovation for the country, as well as working with the RTOs, I think is playing a big role in this regard. And we should be pushing more to make sure we can help not just South Africa, but the continent to succeed.
Absolutely, and you mentioned improving human lives, and I think ultimately that's why we're here. Mr. Jakana, now we're speaking about bringing G-STIC to Africa, right? And this is a big feat for us, and it recognizes the continent's growing role in global innovation. What specific opportunities do you see for African scientists and innovators, as well as entrepreneurs through this conference? What do you see coming out of it?
I think the key thing is around collaboration. You've got innovators across the world, there's IP and patents being developed in different parts of the world. What is important is how the linkages between the innovators, researchers in different parts of the world to work together. Because if you look at the solutions to improve human lives and achieve SDGs, it's not a single IP intervention. It's going to be a combination of parts of the IP to create the solution. Here is an opportunity to exchange ideas so that the scientists on both in South Africa and across the world can understand who is working on which part of improving human lives. And then you can start to see people doing joint action, building joint products based on the research. So I think collaboration, fast-tracking innovation to improve human lives, conferences like this create those opportunities. Otherwise, if it's separate development, everyone is sitting in his or her own country developing alone, you will miss the module that's already ready that can be plug and play into what you are developing as a scientist here.
Yes.
So, big opportunity to fast-track product innovation, also create opportunities for startups to leverage that innovation to commercialize. I think that a present-day multinational is going to be in the small business side of things.
Right.
And it's going to be a different form of configuration, no longer about ownership.
Yes.
It's going to be about IP, licensing, distribution agreements, people working together to build things that will be owned by different people living in different parts of the world. So I think this conference can be a catalyst for that.
A catalyst for that, and you've mentioned fast-tracking innovation. I absolutely love it, and I think that's what we're doing here. And thank you for inputting into that, and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Dr. Dlamini, I'm sure the anticipation has been mounting, and we're officially here at our big CSIR conference. Firstly, a warm welcome to Connect.
No, thank you very much. Indeed, it's taken a lot of effort to get us to this point.
Absolutely, a lot of effort indeed. Now, Dr. Dlamini, the theme for this year's conference is Science, Technology and Innovation for a Sustainable Future. Looking at this theme and all the sessions that's happening over the next few days, what messages would you actually like delegates to take away from this event, especially as they go back to their other areas of work?
Yes, we chose this theme because on the occasion of our 9th conference, we've partnered with the Global Sustainable Technology and Innovation Community, G-STIC, which is a network of research and technology organizations like the CSIR, which have come together to pool our resources to respond to the challenge that we are facing as a world of sustainability. We want to use our capabilities to ensure that we can contribute effectively to the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals, which I'm sure, as you know, I'll say that they are beginning to slip away from us, given the developments we are seeing in various parts of the world, where there is increasing poverty, increasing hunger. I think these are the issues that we need to deal with. But of course, you know, the impact of climate change on the lives and the livelihoods of people. So we have come together with G-STIC to have a conversation around how can we use science, technology and innovation in a much more impactful way to drive the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals. Because we cannot be oblivious to the challenges that the world is facing around hunger and poverty, as well as, of course, the devastating impact of climate change.
Absolutely, we cannot be oblivious. I think that's so important, and that's why we gathered here today, to make that impact, and it goes beyond just conversation and engagement.
Indeed, indeed. It goes beyond just talking. You know, it's about creating networks, creating partnerships, reflecting on the journey that we've traveled so far, but then saying, how do we move forward with speed to ensure that by 2030, at least, we've made significant progress as the world to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals.
Absolutely. So moving forward with speed, we're starting right here. Now, Dr. Dlamini, this conference brings together scientists, industry leaders, academics, and the public. How important is cross-sector collaboration important in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals?
Of course, collaboration is at the heart of what needs to happen in scientific endeavor. I think, as you know, one of our values within the CSIR is that of collaboration. So we need to work together with our partners in government, in industry, as well as the research institutions like Science Council and academia to solve the problems, the pressing problems of the world today. So that can only happen if we work together, if we collaborate. In fact, the fact that even now this conference is being held in partnership with G-STIC is an indication of a realization that we need to collaborate.
Absolutely, and today is all about collaboration. Dr. Dlamini, I know you've got a number of interviews, you've got a lot of commitments today, and especially engaging with people who are actually experts who've traveled from all over the world and the country to be here. So we're going to let you do just that. Thank you, it's been a pleasure interviewing you today.
Thank you very much.
Tsakani, a warm welcome to CSIR Connect. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm wonderful, and I'm really happy to have you here today. Now, Tsakani, as you know, it is our 80th anniversary, and we are celebrating 80 years of touching lives through innovation. What is your message for the CSIR?
I would like to congratulate CSIR for hosting this conference first, and also congratulate CSIR for being the integral part of the society and developing the society for the past 8 years. We have seen a lot of interventions that came from CSIR, and we would like to congratulate them for being the agent of change in this country.
Tsakani, how is the committee actually supporting the innovation agenda?
We are actually doing a lot from advocating for more budget so that we can have more innovators being funded. We also want to assist all the agencies that are dealing with innovation to track down all innovators and make sure that they are fully supported and they are also contributing meaningfully to the development of this country. So we are 100% behind any innovation that is happening in the country. And also we want people of South Africa to be the consumers of their own innovation from South Africa. So we want it to be us first before the world can consume our innovation.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for driving that, and thank you for joining us on Connect today.
Thank you so much.
Lynn, you have traveled from across the globe to be on CSIR soil. We are so excited to have you and your team here. Warm welcome to CSIR Connect today.
Thank you very much. Very glad to be here. Very honored to be here at the G-STIC Conference.
Wonderful, and we're honored to have you. Leon, now this marks the first G-STIC Conference taking place in Africa. What do you think the continent's role is in shaping global sustainable development?
I'm very pleased that we have the first G-STIC conference on African soil, because Africa, the African continent, has a very big role to play in the global challenges we all face, like climate change. Africa is a fast growing continent, and we do look from Europe, we also do look to Africa for collaboration on the big challenges, such as decarbonizing our energy system, where a continent as Africa can play a big role in economic development and economic collaboration.
Economic development and collaboration, and I think collaboration is a huge theme of this conference as well, especially with our colleagues from VITO and G-STIC. So we're excited to have that collaboration happening. Now, Leon, you are here in South Africa. You mentioned you've traveled here before, but it's particularly a very special time because, as you know, we celebrate 80 years. What is your message for the CSIR as we celebrate 80 years of touching lives through innovation?
Yes, congratulations with your anniversary. I visited your premises already a few years ago, and it's a very fine infrastructure, I do think, and a very, engaged researchers that work at the Institute. So I think it's really something to build upon, to build further on new innovation that we need in the global sustainability challenges, to work together across the globe with industry partners, policymakers, and so on. So I do see a very fine institute and hope for a collaboration in the next 80 years.
Wonderful. Now, you know, your team has been here for a few days and we have many more days ahead of us. And thank you for collaborating with us in such an impactful and meaningful way, especially for your warm well wishes today. I hope you have an amazing conference and I look forward to chatting again to you later.
Thank you very much. I also look forward to the coming days.
Prof, you have traveled across oceans to be here at our big CSIR conference. A warm welcome to CSIR Connect today.
Thank you.
Prof, please can you speak to the value of this conference, whilst also knowing that the world is working towards achieving the SDGs, and also how do you see science, technology and innovation actually contributing to a sustainable future, speaking actually to the conference theme?
Well, I think that what you are doing with the CSIR is something quite unique and very positive. You see, in past days, for us professors, scientists, I would design a Pelton turbine, I would make the forge myself, I would do tests, and then I would say it works. Then I would write a paper, then they would invite me to talk in Greece about that thing, and I would get home and begin preparing an application for my promotion, associate professor. Now let me tell you, all this, what is the impact in society? Zero. There is nothing. That is a prototype. In fact, it could become even like it. Prototype thesis, as it were. What changes is when you pick your innovation and you go to a community and you train people and you show how they can do much better with that science of yours. Then I give you big thumbs, and this is what I'm doing today to CSIR. Because I was from the old school, and I think now I'm converted, yes.
Wonderful. Now we absolutely acknowledge your big thumbs, especially as you know, we're celebrating 80 years of touching lives through innovation. So it's many big thumbs for this year. What is your message for the CSIR in regards to that?
I say there is something that you are doing very well, because you can't be 80 years creating success, changing people's lives, okay? Sustainability is there, is shouting to the thing. There is some good thing we are doing here. I was told that CSIR has commercialization center in 25 universities in South Africa. No wonder you are 8 years old and you are still super relevant. Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your endorsement. Please enjoy the rest of the conference, and thank you for being on Connect today.
Most welcome.
Dr. Kutsia, a warm welcome to CSIR Connect. How are you doing today?
I'm very great, thank you, and it's such a privilege to be here today.
Wonderful. Now, Dr. Kutsia, please can you share your experience in terms of some of the synergies that are emerging from this conference as a result of national and global collaboration?
Okay, I think one of the main synergies that's coming out of the CSIR 2025 conference is that collaboration between national and global, and because that causes more like integrated solutions. So looking at sustainability and resilience, especially like water security and also managing ecosystem services. For an example, if we look at the work that South Africa is doing now on managing and protecting our strategic water source areas, a lot of that work is very aligned to global frameworks such as the Sustainable Development Goals, the UN Water Action Agenda, also the Global Biodiversity Framework. So we see now that it's so important to have on-the-ground research that's co-produced, and you can't do that work alone. You need to work in partnership with others so that the work is actually being used. So you can only do that when it is scope.
Absolutely. Working together in partnership is actually the core of today. I have to thank you for the amazing, impactful work that you are doing at the CSIR. You're representing us at the exhibition as well. So thank you so much for that and for joining us on Connect today.
It's such a pleasure. Thank you.
It's a wrap. From game-changing ideas to new connections and a firm commitment in support of sustainable development, the CSIR at G-STIC Conference has drawn to a close. This may be the end of the conference, but it is just the beginning of what comes next, which is shaping impactful and innovative solutions for a sustainable future. On that note, I'd like to thank our guests for joining us and to you for watching.